You're live.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let's give it a few minutes and have everybody join. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. We're just waiting for Alexander also to join us. Alexander is live in Ukraine right now. We're just waiting for him to join us. I think he's having a little technical issue. We're just waiting for him to connect. All right. I think we have Alexander right here. Let's add him to the stage.
There we go.
Go. Hey, Alexander.
Hey, Lev, how are you?
I'm good. I know it's Wi-Fi is not the best in Ukraine, but that's okay. We'll
No,
get it.
it's not. But it's okay. You can hear me good? You can see me good?
Yeah, we hear you great. We see you great. Absolutely.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Hold on a second. Let me just put this chat sound. Let's just try to see the chats up here. Hold on. All right, perfect. There we go. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to our going to be a usual edition of Voice from Ukraine every Tuesdays and Thursdays here on YouTube and on Substack. We actually have an incredible announcement to make. This Thursday, we have a special guest that's going to join us that is actually going to be somebody irregular. You guys might know him, Ken Harbaugh. Ken Harbaugh is ex-Navy pilot. He's also has several documentaries. He also ran for Congress here in the United States. He also works with the Midas Touch. He's just came out with a documentary, Drones from Ukraine, with Denver Riggleman. And so Ken Harbaugh is somebody that is a dear friend, somebody that really cares about Ukraine and is going to be, we're going to be doing a live with Ken we're discussing it right now, but I think every Thursday, it's going to be live with Ken Harbaugh, me, and Alexander discussing everything to do with Ukraine, everything to do with geopolitics in that area. So mark that on your calendars. This Thursday at 2:30, Ken's going to be joining us, and we're going to discuss and announce our schedule. In the meantime, there's a lot to go over. First of all, hey, I want to welcome everybody from Faith of College G, Mary Ellen from Virginia Beach, Tree McGreen, Chin Up a Button. Welcome, everyone. And I see all of our Substack family and our YouTube family here. Folks, just want to give you a heads up. We are going to be, it's very important to build this channel because there's right now with everything going on in the world, for those of you that follow me on Substack and follow me here on YouTube on our regular Levy Members channel, understands there's a lot of craziness. And the one thing that nobody's talking about, nobody's reporting about is Ukraine. And Voice from Ukraine, for those of you that know, me and Alexander for the past year have been every day using our platform on Substack to be able to give you all, not only all the information from live from Ukraine, but also from the inside perspective that I'm able to give you. But also we've been doing some incredible work, some humanitarian aid and humanitarian work that we've been doing. Incredible. Thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you. And that incredible work only counts on the bigger we get, the more work we could do, the more we could help. So a couple of things I'm going to ask each and every one of you to do, which doesn't cost any money. Become either members or subscribers on cross-pollinate the platforms. We should have at least hundreds of thousands, if not millions, but at least let's start off with a few 100,000 subscribers on both platforms. Or free subscribers, like I said, it's free. Those of you that can become paid subscribers, paid members, you could It helps the platform, helps us, helps me and Alexander to continue the work, because this is something that we do full time to be able, besides every all the humanitarian work and everything else, to be able to bring you this information and bring you the work. So all of your paid subscriptions are extremely important. But the most important thing is we need the algorithm to go. So the way the algorithm works is each and every one of you, paid subscribers, paid members, or free subscribers, free members, each and every one of you, we need you to smash those hearts. We need to for you to smash the like buttons. We need you to put in comments, even if you're having conversations between yourselves about what we're talking about here, even if you're not just discussing it with us and having a community conversation in the chat boxes about the stuff. All of these are algorithm triggers. They make it go. Definitely reshare it, restack it, and tell it. Those are the most important things, and those cost no money, but that is part of the war we're fighting, and that will help build the algorithms, build and allow us to be able to keep Voice from Ukraine in the front line, and also because we share the channel with Lev. Remembers, both of them are extremely important to everything that we're doing. So, folks, keep doing that. That's the one thing I'm going to ask you. So, if you haven't yet, become a subscriber, hit the like button, comment, and so we'll go into it. So to start off, Alexander, why don't you give us an update on where are we? Like, what's been going on in Ukraine? Because I know we keep listening to what's happening. We have a lot to go over. I know the geopolitical stuff, what's happening with the sanctions with Russia, oil. A letter I just put out there having to do right now with Iran sanctions being lifted. But before we get to what is like on the ground in Ukraine right now, are they continuing to bombard? What's happening?
Hello, love. Hello, community. It's nice to be back with you guys. It's always a lot of news from Ukraine. But first of all, I want to say that when you said that we did a lot of humanitarian aid, we help a lot of people. And I am, as I all said before, if not for this platform, there would be no such an ability. Because of you, because of your support for Ukraine, we were able to help people. We had the strength, we had the ability, and we saved a lot of lives. And even if and a lot of people went through this winter a lot more comfortable. But nevertheless, nothing stops. As you see that the war is going on, a lot more wars started, which kind of attention shifted from Ukraine. But the bombardments keep on going on. They keep on heavy attacks on Odessa, Kharkiv, Zaporizhia. I mean, hitting the buses, hitting the buildings. Yesterday was Monday was a one week of the holidays from school. So yesterday, the first day of school, there were over 3,200 announcement of that there are some places there are bombs inside. And
Psychological warfare.
yeah,
For the kids. Just think about it, folks.
yes,
For the kids,
yes.
exactly. 3,200 announcements of possible attacks. Smash those hearts, folks. Hit the relikes, because there's a lot of information. We really need people to know what's going on, and the simplest thing is by keeping the algorithm. So please, folks, smash those hearts, likes, relikes. Go ahead, Alex. Continue.
That's not only so all day long. There was sirens, one after another, one after another, and later on, there was information came that they had some kind of training. But every time there is a plane goes up, I'm talking about military. I'm talking about Air Force, the airplane, the SU. Every time there's a plane goes up, there's a siren because every plane that goes up, whether it's a training, whether it's just reconnaissance, it's a potential missile. So every time there is a siren, uh, everything gets shut down. If you shopping inside in a shopping mall, if you're inside the store, they ask you to leave. If you buying something and you spend 2 hours, you have a whole carriage full of stuff you want to buy, it's time to leave. So if you're in a movie theater, it's time to leave. And then when the siren is over, you can come back and start all over. So you imagine how people feel if you finally got your family together, you went inside the mall to buy them clothes, and you spend 2 hours doing it, and right as you were about to buy it, there is a siren, you're not gonna go back do it all over again. That means you're gonna come back without the kid the next time. So this disrupts everything. Then train, the travel. Travel. Yesterday there was a lot of trains to Kharkiv, to Odessa. They stopped every time there's a siren. People are let outside the train until the siren is over. And there are people look outside and they see drones flying, and they don't know which way the drone is gonna hit. So people, some people say you don't know when we are safer. At least inside the train, maybe they can drop on the floor if there is an explosion. But when you're outside in the middle of the field next to the train, and something hits, where do you hide? It's a middle. It's a field. It's an empty field and just railroad tracks. So this is what everybody that travels, that's what they go through. Plus, there is because of the war, the price of the fuel go up. It's like it's not just everywhere. The only places that the prices that they jump sky is America, Middle East, some of the countries, Middle East, and Russia. Everybody else are up. Logistics are up. The deliveries are up. The price goes up on everything. So for Ukraine to be able to survive, to just get through with all the prices going up, it's a disaster in the makings. And also, as you heard, uh, when Zelensky came up and said, America wants us to give up the Donbass. That's the only way we're gonna get the guarantees. And Rubio came out and said, that's not the truth. We never said that. And then our president came up and says, okay, you just put the dust together. You said that the only way America gives us a guarantee is when the war is over. Russia says that the only way the war can be over if we give up Donbass. So can we put the two together? So and not only that, America's taking off the sanctions from Russian oil to be delivered. So so that means Russia has more money to fight us. So does anything make sense? So this is where Ukraine is at. It's one more thing. But the Ukraine, from what I see, is more and more we are depending on ourselves. When it comes to fighting, when it comes to getting, if you need fuel, our presence in the Middle East making deals. So we do most of the things ourselves, and now we are. It's like
Very
we,
independent.
very independent. Not only that, somebody said, "Oh, you have the." Told Zelensky, "Oh, you have a new technology with drones." He says, "No, we figured out a new way to fight the wars, and it's our know-how. This is ours. So only we know how to do this." Go ahead.
And no, and that's interesting that you say that because I'd like to transfer into this conversation because one of the things we're going to talk about on this platform, folks, is not just about what Russia is doing or what's happening, but we're going to give you the whole layout of what Ukraine is doing and what's happening because
Oh,
there's a lot of shifting that's happening. That's why the media is really not covering it. It's an unfortunate thing, but yes, we're going to talk about how Russia's rebuilding their, war machine by because of oil going up and everything and the geopolitics. We're going to discuss all of that stuff. But right now, we need you to understand what's happening in Ukraine. And the one thing that, as Trump miscalculated, not miscalculated, he didn't even calculate. I mean, he was pushed into this war by Putin. But the one thing that we're seeing play out is it doesn't, it's a different type of war. You don't have to, it's difficult to spend 20-30 million dollar bombs trying to knock out 20-30 thousand dollar drones. And now with the way this war has been going on in Ukraine has been the leader. Ukraine has the number one army right now, the biggest army in Europe right now, folks. People don't know that. That's one of the reasons why, if you remember, Russia, one of the things in their conversations and in their deal making with Witkoff is they wanted to limit the amount of soldiers that Ukraine could have, to limit the amount of army, because right now if before all of this craziness in Iran happened, if you remember, NATO was already understanding. I'm not NATO. I mean the European allies were understanding that once Trump tries to get rid of NATO, they're going to be on their own, and Ukraine is going to be a leader in this drone technology. And there's a lot of things that we've seen Zelensky come out, and already he's been traveling to the Middle East, like you said, Alex, helping the Saudis use the drone technology to fight off some of this Iran jihad, drone attacks and others. But obviously, it's interesting how the U.S. has nothing to do with the United States. Instead of dealing with Zelensky, they're trying to capitalize and by going out there and building their own technology, stealing Ukrainian and other technology and going out there building their own, the Trump family drone stuff. But tell us about some of the stuff I'm hearing that is really Ukraine came up with some real unique stuff, and also like some Renee just mentioned, which is we're going to definitely talk about how Ukraine is now hitting the oil fields in Russia and how nobody's talking about that, and how
Oh,
that's another thing that is really disrupting a lot of the situation, which is good and bad, obviously, because the bad part, all of this oil disruption only raises the prices and only puts another hurting on the Europe. But at the same time, remember, just like John McCain said, Russia, the whole country is a gas station. So the more we could knock out their oil, the better it is for us. Go ahead, give us some of that info.
well, first of all, they in the past week we hit one of the biggest refineries and the ports by Leningrad over there, and now the efficiency is down by 40%. Some of the European leaders already and the US are saying to slow down. They're asking Ukraine to slow down. And our president said, eye for an eye. He says, you hear us, we hit you back. He says, you want us to stop, we can stop. But you have to stop. As soon as you stop, if you stop, we stop. But by language, everything's burning. All they hitting new factory almost every day. They hitting the places where they store the rockets and shaheds every day. And not only so, it's a big problem. The first of all, this is the what Ukraine did. No America, no Europe with the sanctions could ever achieve because it's just nothing's going. And the less oil comes out, the less oil they have to say. And what Ukraine did is they came up with their technology that right now one operator can send out 3-4 dozens of drones. Once he get, the ones that knock out the shaheds, so what they do is once they're up there, they are independent. They find the targets, they are programmed, and they destroy them. So they can send those little interceptors. They can send 45th of them by one operator, and they fly on their
Wow.
own. They fly on their own. They find the targets and they destroy them. And the
Wow.
way it works in the video, there is a video. I think I sent it to me, or you can put out later. The video where you see the Shahed flying, and right behind him a little interceptor, and it looks like he cannot catch up to it. And
Let me
then
find the video.
within seconds, boom, and it's gone. Within seconds, and it's gone. So that's what they're doing, and it's a lot of companies outside Ukraine. They are trying to copy it, make the same one to go around Ukraine, but it's not possible because it's a know-how. It's like you can build a machine, but until you get the brain into it, it's just a piece of metal. So Ukraine has huge advantage when it comes to this technology.
And I'll tell you one thing. So, folks, I want you to set your reminders for Thursday at 2 o'clock, between 2 and 3, maybe even a little later. To this Thursday, we're going to have a special voice from Ukraine. First of all, you see this drone technology Alexander's talking about. Well, not only we're going to have Ken Harbaugh on with us. I'm also going to try to have Denver Riggleman. For those of you that know, Denver Riggleman is an ex-congressman, also very important with technology. Has a company company that deals with the drones. They also put on right now drones from Kherson, which was a documentary dealing with it. So, very, very important conversation. And this Thursday, we're going to have definitely Ken here. We're going to try to have Denver here also. And we're going to discuss this drone situation. So, you don't want to miss it. Set your reminders this week, Thursday at 2 o'clock. And also, I think Thursday or Friday, we will announce it. But me and Alexander are going to do a special for all the paid subscribers and all the paid members, both on YouTube and Substack. Thursday or Friday, we're going to do a special Q&A, and we're going to have also either Ken or some other special guest there to answer any questions and be an interactive special live with you, all our paid subscribers. Yes, 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Set your alarm. Set your notification. Also, some of you reached out and are asking how to reach out to us. Best way, if you either DM us, but sometimes the DMs are overflowed. So what I recommend is always the best way is reach out to our email hotline. That's levpttp at proton.me. That's levpttp at proton.me. And our volunteer group there will help with any thing to do as far as Ukraine. Lev remembers any of the stuff that we're working on, any of the call to actions or anything you want to help out with. So you could go to levpttp at proton.me. That's the best way to get in touch with me or Alexander or whatever you want to get to us. We have an incredible volunteer group, and that's also a great way, if you haven't yet, join our volunteer group, because it's not just for the here in the United States. It's we have a group there from all over the world. So folks, and in the meantime, while you're joining, keep smashing those hearts, keep hitting the like buttons, keep commenting, having your conversations, keep stacking it. It's extremely important. Those are those things that allow us to keep making sure that the algorithm keeps going, and that we have more and more people that are watching this, because this information is extremely important. So what Alex was talking about, I'm going to show you folks right now for a second. This video, it's called they're like flying devils, you call them, right, Alex?
Yep. Sky full of flying devils.
Okay, folks, if you could see it here, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna go like this, maybe it's easier. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
can you see it, guys?
No, no,
Yeah.
yeah, you big,
hold on
make
hold
it
on a second.
big.
Hold on. Okay, you see it there
That's a drone,
you see the drone flying. Boom.
and it's just gone out of nowhere. It's just finished. I tell you, Lev. I tell you more. I used to at night. Well, I'm gonna share a little horror story. At night, not too long ago, literally not too long ago, uh, as the siren would come on, I would be in my living room, and I hear the siren. Then out of nowhere, I hear the rocket go up, and it's flying so close that you sitting there, you don't know whether it's gonna hit you or it's gonna fly right by. That was a PPO. Then you hear the moped in the air. Like I hear it. I'll lay down. I hear one. Then I hear another sound. Then I hear third sound. And you see them circling, and you don't know what's gonna happen. And before it used to be, as they come close enough, you hear a machine gun. They're shooting them. They're shooting them, and then finally they shoot him down. And then all of a sudden you hear the mopeds, and then boom, big explosion gone. Then boom, big explosion gone. So no more. I mean, you still hear. I mean, it's like a Star Wars. I go outside, I look out my window, and I see Star Wars over the airport. It's like a Star Wars, bunch of missiles, bunch of it's like in the movie. But nowadays, it's this drone interceptors. They are becoming more and more efficient. You hear nothing. All you hear is moped flying, and then big explosion, another big explosion, and then quiet. So now the technology is crazy, and the more this technology is getting stronger. Well, I think based on this, Ukraine just unveiled our own chat GPT. which is supposed to be something out of this world. And they already have the name for it and everything. On next show, I'll have more information about that. But this is supposed to be on that technology that they control the drones and everything. So it's like a top of the line. So as you see, in this war, I was listening to a couple of influential European blog, the one that know what they're talking about, like Le Pen and other ones. They're saying Ukraine unexpectedly is benefiting the most out of the war in Iran because with the Russian attacks on Ukraine and the way we are resilience and the way we stand and the way we fight them, that put us on the map worldwide because of our strength and the way we fight. But now with the Iran war, it shows that we don't have just balls, we have brains. So right now, with nobody can do nothing, all of a sudden Ukraine says, sure, we can help you. They just signed the 10-year deal with Qatar, with other countries, 10-year deals for protection, which scares me a little bit. Why would they sign such a long deals in arms and
That's true.
everything else? When I read 10, I thought maybe short, but 10 years is a long time. That means there are some things that we don't know because they're too big of a preparation. Just like the deal that was signed with UK about a week ago. It was also 10 years deal that was signed until 30, 2030, 2031. That's also too long.
Well, it's not too. It's. I don't think it's too long because first of all, before we go out, shout out to our incredible Ellie Leonard has joined us. Ellie, we love you. If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure subscribe to Ellie Leonard. She is our family and takes care of all of the stuff. I mean, the incredible work she does, investigative journalism, reporting on behalf of the Epstein files and everything else we do. Shout out. Make sure guys go give her a follow, a subscription. Ellie is great. That's Ellie Leonard at the Panic Writer, I think. But I'm not sure if she's still the Panic Writer, but Ellie's great. So give her a shout out. But listen, I just want to tell you the what you're saying right now and what people need to understand is that it's not the same old Ukraine. It's not the Ukraine that was back in the day where we just started the war, and that's important. That's important to understand because right now Ukraine's drone technology, Ukraine's like you said, building of their army, Ukraine right now is slowly. The one thing me and you have always been speaking about since we started on Substack and now on YouTube, we have always said that Donald Trump, the worst thing for Ukraine and the war is Donald Trump's undecisiveness. It just you leave or butt in or butt out because just think about all these months, basically a whole year, Donald Trump has been playing back and forth, 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there. We're going to cut a deal, no deal. Think about all the theatrics, Alaska. Think about having all of the European leaders groveling at his feet at the White House and then giving them 2028 hats as they were leaving. Think about all the announcements that, oh, Putin, I don't like that. Think about the theatrics of Melania coming out there, writing a letter to Putin saying we need the kids back. Think about all of these theatrics. And as I always say, don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. And all this time, what have they been doing? You've been watching the relationship between Trump and Putin grow in front of your eyes. But we've been telling you that. Just remember, I want to take you guys back to a letter I just wrote right now. If you haven't read the letter, I encourage you go on Substack. All of our subscribers here on YouTube subscribe on Substack, and because you definitely want to read this letter. It talks about how we go back and how or the things that we were discussing about the relationships that are now talked about like it's a normal thing. Think about when the media first mentioned Steve Witkoff and Russia. Think about the first time the media mentioned Jared Kushner and Russia. Think about the first time the media discussed about Kirill Dmitriev and him being an actual Russian, Putin's right hand guy here. Just recently, I mean, Jared Kushner recently, that 2 months ago, entered the fold. Steve Witkoff originally was the Middle East. Remember, he was had nothing to do with Russia. He was a Middle East advisor to Israel and the Middle East. While he was in the Middle East, we kept telling you every day, me and Alex, we were doing on Substack, we were going and saying, guys, Steve Witkoff is not, he's in Russia, he's with Putin. And not only Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner is there, and it took him 6 7 months to do it. And I want to make sure there's this is not in any way I'm trying to say I told you so or we're gloating in any way, but we have a lot of new subscribers, we have a lot of new viewers, and we need them to understand that the information, this platform is not like any other. You're getting information from the inside because of not only I lived it, Alex lives it every day, but also we have some incredible acquaintances and sources from all over the world that are literally involved in this situation. Because remember, I'm the guy that Trump sent to Ukraine to deal with Zelensky, to put pressure on Zelensky, to get dirt on the Bidens, to deal with all of these Russian oligarchies. So I know all of them. I'm the guy that dealt with Maduro, that he to be able to try to discuss a soft landing with them, and now all of this Venezuela stuff, and it's all interconnected. It's all interconnected because look what happened today, Alex. Today, another three Russian oil tankers were Trump quietly lifted sanctions off of them. Today, an oil tanker from Russia started delivering oil, reached the port of Cuba, and is delivering
Yeah.
oil in Cuba. Think about that. And what is Donald Trump doing? Absolutely nothing. He's lifting sanctions not only off of Russian oil, he's lifting sanctions off of Iran oil, the country that we're bombarding. And today, don't forget the other thing before we get into what today. And he's also taking care of the one country that is quiet, and it's very dangerous because Alex always says, watch out for China. Watch out for China. And China is very, very quiet. Usually, it's very scary when you have a superpower like this standing on the sideline quiet, and you're watching Donald Trump trying to appease them. Because remember, China just not too long ago had their, Putin there, had the Indian Modi there, had all of these people hugging, kissing, remember, laughing at Donald Trump. It wasn't too long ago. We just are because of the media cycle, there's so much going on. People just forget what really is. And that's why we're trying to connect the dots for you folks and not to scare you because it is scary, but to use this information in a proper way because we have a plan of how to try to stop this as soon as possible, which we're going to get into because that's part of what also this platform is about. But right now, we're talking about, think about, China is getting oil at below whatever the prices are going there, and Iran is allowing controlling the Straits of Hormuz. Russia is being allowed to get their oil tankers out. So all of these tankers and all of this oil that was sanctioned around the world is now being unsanctioned. It's being driven out. Prices of oil are at over 107, $110, and people are saying that it might be reach 150, 200. Oil gas prices in the United States today reached over $4.05 a share, and they're saying a gallon, and they're saying it might go up another 10, 15 cents a gallon literally the next couple of days. Just think about it. The last time we had prices of gas here between $4 and $5 was in 2022 when Russia invaded Ukraine, and that was for a very short period of time. And this is just the beginning here. So, and in the meantime, what do you have happening? I want to read to you what Donald Trump decided, how he responded today to all of this that's happening around the world. So Donald Trump, and I wrote this in my letter, he goes, I'm going to quote him from his truth post. He said, all of those countries that can't get jet fuel because of the Strait of Hormuz, like the United Kingdom, which refused to get involved in the deception of Iran, I have a suggestion for you. Number one, buy from the U.S. We have we have unlimited and of amount of oil. Number two, build up some delayed courage. Go to the strait and just take it. You'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself because the USA won't be there to help you anymore. Just like you weren't there for us. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done. Now go get your own oil. President Donald J. Trump. I mean, I just want you to think about that, folks. Just think about what I just read to you. This is the president of the United States. I know, Alex, you want to respond to that.
No,
I know,
no, I want
I
to
know,
add something to it.
I know you want, but just think about what just said. Go ahead, Alex. Add to it. I mean,
Well, first, a couple of things. First of all, just so you understand, Iran, through my sources, is making right now double the amount
yep,
on oil that they ever made.
yep.
They double now.
Yep. Iran's making more money. I agree with you. I'm hearing the same thing.
No, it's
Absolutely.
true. It's true. And I'm gonna read a stat which I cannot understand. This is the stat. This fuel prices that went up percentage. They went up in the world since the Iran conflict. You ready for this? Saudi Arabia zero, India zero, Russia 0.5, Saudi Arabia 7.9, Qatar 7.9, Japan only 14, Italy 14, South Korea 15. There's a reason why I'm reading the whole thing. UK 18, China 25, France 27, Germany 30, Ukraine 33, Canada 36, Sri Lanka 37, USA 41. Why? Why, if US is offering oil to the world, why do they have fuel crisis if you offering
Because
to sell it?
we purchase we that's what people don't understand. That's what Trump is. We buy more oil than we sell, and that not only the fact, but if you read what you just said, which is incredible, you take a look at who's not being affected: Saudi, Venezuela, Iran, Russia, and then you take a look who is being affected. You're looking at all of the European allies, including the
Including
United States.
America.
Right, because what we've been saying for the past 8 months, we were saying this is only benefit because who's leading this whole thing, folks? It's not Donald Trump. See, there are two groups that are leading Donald Trump right now, and that's why you're saying chaos being played around the world. Here in the United States, we talk about every day. It's Stephen Miller, it's Russell Vought, it's that Federalist Society that is dragging him around the nose and destroying the Constitution. Now, when you take it internationally, it's Vladimir Putin, guys. It's black and white. There's nothing to discuss. We're not giving you any breaking news anymore. Every single person now could see it and understand. And now even the doubters that I remember even on Mega, part of the and people part of Trump and all of that, they would turn around and they would tell me, oh no, this is he doesn't have this with Putin. He doesn't. And I was trying to explain to them, and we were sounding the alarm, the relationship, and it goes deeper. This is not just Trump and Putin, folks. Again, I'm going to reiterate something to you. Trump is being played. Putin's the leader. Let me give you a little graph. And folks, we're working out a deal right now with Nick Paro and to be able to do the backend for us and the technology. So this way we'll be able to give you an incredible. So as I'm talking, we'll be able to have videos. We'll be have
Great.
all of this put up there. So
There's a
we're
lot of
giving you.
it. There's a lot of it.
We're going to give you such an experience. It's incredible because I know sometimes it's hard to follow all these names and all of these things that are happening. But I need you to understand something. What's playing out in the with Iran is taking place because of something that was set up that took started a long time ago, going back into the 90s. Relationships that were built in that time period. In the early 90s, during the fall of the Soviet Union, there were and when Putin unleashed all these oligarchy and into the world, there's relationships that started building and forming. And one of those relationships, there are two people, powerful individuals that were growing side by side at the time. One of them was Vladimir Putin, who was an unknown KGB agent that was working in becoming a mayor in Leningrad. At the same time, there was a unknown Israeli gentleman by the name of Bibi Netanyahu that was sleeping on Jared Kushner's couch and studying here in the United States. And as in the 90s, they both progressed. They eventually, in 2000, they're intercrossed. while simultaneously another character was growing, MBS, in the early 2000s, coming into power and getting them. These individuals, folks, and this is, I want you to understand, this has been working on for a while, have been building relationships that have been coming together to now they all finally are able to have the puppet, the useful idiot, whatever you want to call him, the agent, Krasnov, whatever adjective you want to give Donald Trump. But basically, they finally got somebody in the White House that is so corrupt, that is so narcissistic, that is so belligerent and has no idea how geopolitics works, that all he cares about is how much money he could make, and how much money, and how much places he could put the Trump name on, like the Kennedy Center, like this library that they're coming out with. I mean, that's all he cares. And when Putin realized that, and when Bibi Netanyahu realized that, then they added MBS to the fold. All this you're seeing play out that started in Venezuela, because that's where it started. They gave Trump that win. You get Maduro, and they left Delcy Rodriguez, they left the organization place, because till this day, nobody's asking where that money is. Trump keeps coming out saying we're selling money. Oil's over $100 a barrel. Venezuela, we've controlled all the Venezuela oil. The money's going into an account in Qatar, but we have no accounting for administration that's pure transparency. We have zero understanding of where money's going from Venezuela. And now, folks, you're seeing basically Russian oil that is being, he lifted the sanctions. Remember, a few months ago, we told you how he lifted the sanctions. Are you seeing me? You guys see
Nope.
me?
Nope.
Uh, you know what? I'm having an issue, I think, with my camera. We're having an issue with the camera. Oh, technical problems, folks.
You can hear
Uh,
me though.
you can hear me if you can't see me, right?
Yeah.
Incredible. Okay.
It's
Well,
worse. It's worse when we can see, but we cannot hear you. So
we
it's
can
at least it's the other
hear,
way
we can hear
around.
me. All right. Well, I apologize, folks. We're gonna fix that. That's part of trying to get this
Well,
done. But I'm glad you could hear me at least. So I just wanted to say, so we'll continue as long as you can hear me. If for whatever reason we cut off, I apologize. But hopefully, we won't cut off, and at least you could hear me. But as I was, what were we saying, Alex? I apologize. I lost track.
it's okay. We were talking about how the selling all the oil. There is no transparency, and all the money goes into the crypto, and they
Yes.
fill up their own wallet. Uh, but things are changing. Things are not according to Lev. You mind if I add a few things?
No, please go ahead. Absolutely.
First of all, I want to finish, but that after the announcement that Lev read, that you go get your own oil. Today, Spain, Italy, and France closed the airspace for any American military operations. So this is the European response. So this is number one. Number two is I wanna about all this setup with Russia and everything else. Just imagine, folks, Ukraine is the country that was supposed to be taken over in 3 days. Ukraine is a country that's already fighting for 4 years. And then imagine the world is asking the country that's asking for help to help the world. So we are helping the world while we're fighting our own war. Number two, today, President Zelensky said we can open up the channel, the Amurs channel, where all the ships are stranded, just the same way as we did in Odessa. He says in Odessa, our drones, our sea baby drones, yeah, we are fighting in the sea, but all the commercial ships are coming into the Odessa port no matter how much, because we opened up the channel. So Ukraine opened Middle East to resolve that problem as well. And then another thing, the third thing, the internet. And you and I spoke about that last week when I said that the Russians shut down the WhatsApp. they shut down the well, was that one with the pictures? Just oh my god, Instagram. They shut down the Instagram, and now they are shutting down the Telegram and some other internet. And we could not understand it. We thought maybe it was some kind of a project. No, what it is that because of the severity of damage that Ukraine is doing to Russian oils, and because the Ukraine is getting such a popularity worldwide in helping the world in the wars and everything else, if Russian people would know this news or openly, it would be a chaos in Russia. The Russian population will see that Russia is losing this war, that they're losing the popularity worldwide. That's why they're shutting down the internet, and they are shutting this down. Yesterday, some protesters came out in Russia against the internet. Oh, and the FSB was all over them. They were packed in. Some of them were put in the crazy house and then let out. And once they were let out, they had different opinions, of course. So this all their plans are about to backfire because, as you said, now the world already knows that Russia and America is on the same page in a lot of ways, no matter how it looks. Because on one channel they're saying that they're going to hurt each other, and then everybody watches this, and on this hand, they're doing business deals. So the whole world already knows. And now you also another three countries in Europe want to join the European Union, like Norwegian and a couple of other countries. Those are the ones that were independent. Why? Because everybody sees that NATO is in trouble right now. What the American does to NATO and all the moving around, so that they are creating a new union in Europe, and this union has Ukraine, the army of Ukraine. So things are changing. Things are they probably thought Trump thought that the world will eat out of America's hand as it always did. But and they always worked like that. But the only reason that for 70 years there was a peace in the world, and it was not everybody would think twice before doing anything because America was always there. Because as soon as somebody got out of line, they got put back in line. But today, the watchdog that was watching the world is the troublemaker himself.
Yeah.
Everybody that has even little chance to grab a piece of something, why not? How can somebody punish me if he's doing the same thing, even worse? So right now, the world order, the control is in chaos. And this is a very dangerous. And I believe right now there's going to be group forming that will look after themselves because you don't have that umbrella anymore. That umbrella doesn't work under which the world was being protected. So as you said, the world order is changing. It's changing huge, and nothing happens overnight. That means it's been in works for at least past 10, 20 years. Lev, I believe you are right in the money about these cahoots that are happening. And America's front, not America's, no. America is the greatest country in the world. American people are the greatest people in the world. I mean, I lived in America. My kids were born and grew up in America. And until I came to Ukraine, as I lived in America, I said, if anything happens, I'll be fighting for this country no matter what. That's how great America is. But the rotten apples that are right now polluting the great bunch of apples, as great as America is, the gig is up because the Europe already sees what's going on. The world sees what's going on. And you can only hide so much, but there are people like Lev, like me, like Myra stars. There are a lot of people, not just in America, they're all over the world. And the news is being popping up. You cannot hide it. You cannot hide the news forever. So I believe that the democracy is gonna not the democracy, the freedom. The freedom will prevail, and people are waking up. Even the people that just live their life 9 to 5 and just getting a paycheck once a week and know that everything's going to be all right. They already understand that everything's not going to be all right. That everybody's going to put at least they many percent in to make a difference, and people are beginning to do that. So the world is waking up. The people are waking up, and I believe whatever these dictators' plans are, they're limited because good always prevails, and it's only a matter of time.
I agree with you, Alexander. And for everybody watching us, I apologize for the technical issue. My camera went out. We're gonna fix that for next time. I think maybe the battery or something. I'm not a technical guy, but we are working on that to make sure that we give you a much better experience, especially to give you, to show you video and audio of stuff that we're talking about to help connect the dots. But what we've been speaking about today, I think, is extremely important for everybody out there that are joining us late. Right now, we have a little over 1,000 subscribers watching right now on Substack. We have close to 100 people here on YouTube. We need to grow that. We need to make sure that's bigger, and that's why I'm asking each and every one of you the to be able to smash those hearts, hit the like button, comment there. You like it, or if you don't like it, if you agree with what we say, we don't agree, if you have questions, whatever it is,
Please.
keep the algorithm. We look at that. We try to respond. We're going to be able to deal with that even more and more. But the most important thing is to grow this channel, to be able to keep an eye on Ukraine, to be able to, because there's a lot of things happening right now in this part of the world, and it's all connected to Vladimir Putin. We keep talking about, we keep mentioning it, and all of these different parts are connected to the first one. Putin, you got Bibi Netanyahu, you have MBS, and then you have the useful idiot Donald Trump that is knocked over the hornet's nest that right now we are dealing with all over the place. But with that said, I want to also tell you that we do have hope, and we do believe, just like Alexander tells you, the people there in the Ukraine are fighters. So are we here in the United States, and what we do here in the United States, folks, is we'll be able to help everybody in the world. And the way we do it is by making our voices loud, by being able to use our platforms like we have here. One of the things we're doing, and I wanted to tell you and give you some also good hope, and is that me and Alexander's been working and talking to some other European and world organizations, that because they've been watching the incredible miracles and help that you have been helping us do, that there are grants out there and other kind of vehicles that people are now discussing with Alexander to try to help to be able to, so we could be bigger and stronger and be able, because the war is just starting, and it's not, the winter was rough, but the summer, it doesn't get any easier, folks.
Mm.
And then we're right back to winter time, and the way it looks like from everything that we're seeing play out, this does not look like Donald Trump or anybody's going to stop this anytime soon. So we're working on making sure that we'll be able to expand and help out, and that's why your support, your help means everything to us. In the meantime, what I'm asking each and every one of you to do is, if you can, go out and subscribe. That's the very first thing. Become subscribers, either YouTube, Substack. If you're a subscriber on Substack, jump over on YouTube. It's Lev Parnas or at Lev Remembers. It's all one platform. Voice from Ukraine. We're on the Lev Parnas, Lev Remembers platform on both Substack and YouTube, vice versa. By building the numbers, by building the algorithm, it lets it expand and gets the voices out. Also, I know I sound like a repeated rabbit, but I need you guys to hitting the heart, hitting the like buttons, making comments. All of those little things mean a lot, because they spread the algorithm. They allow the voices to be your voices to be heard. The other thing, if you can, become volunteers. Lev PTT. at proton.me is a group of volunteers helping Ukraine, helping the United States, helping everything is to fight fascism, to fight authoritarianism and dictatorship. And the one thing we're going to do to be able to help not just us here in the United States, but also help Ukraine is we are going to put our voices to work. We are starting a campaign right off the No Kings rally. For those of you that know, we have one of the biggest rallies here,
That was good.
over 8 million people, even more worldwide, that came up and stood up. But instead of just leaving it alone, we're moving forward. And our great group of volunteers, we're putting together a plan right now where we are going to put our own protest together, but it's going to be an action of telephones and computers and emails and calls. We are going to call every day. We're going to give you a group of Congress people to call, a group of Congress people to email. We were going to help you put the email together. So all you got to do is copy, click, and paste, and we are going to overload each and every congressperson with a direct message. Either it's fund Ukraine, it's either stop the war, it's either impeach and remove Donald Trump, it's either release the Epstein files. But each and every one of our calls, and even is going to have not just a protest, but it's going to have a message, and it's going to have an actual result that we need. And we are going to provide the list for you. We're going to provide the emails for you. We're going to provide the phone numbers for you, and we're even going to write the email. So we're putting all of that together, and hopefully in the next few days we'll have it going. And one of the things is going to be is our call to action when it comes to Ukraine, to be able. And the number one thing is by removing this administration, by being taking control of it, we will be doing. And that's one of the easiest things. It doesn't cost us any money. It doesn't cost you. You don't have to leave your house. You could do it from your cell phone. You could do it while you're at work. You could do it, and we're going to do it every day. And that's going to be our protest where it's going to count, because that really makes a difference, and everybody could do it. You could write an email from all over the world, because at the end of the day, I could promise you one thing. These Congress people, some of them, especially the ones we're going to go after, they might get maybe 10, 20 calls a day. They might get maybe 10 emails a day. Imagine, forget about a million. Imagine 10,000. Imagine 20,000 calls a day or emails into one of these. We will stop what they are doing. They will not be able to do any work until they respond to us. They will not be able to handle anything, and that is power, and that is what we're going to do, and we are going to continue. So we're putting that together. So that's why, in the meantime, the best way you could support us, me and Alexander and the Voice from Ukraine, is by becoming paid subscribers, and supporting our work here, and spreading our message. So I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. Alexander, before I shut us down, close us off, give us the final, give us your final words for today. And remember, Thursday, folks, we're going to be back. But go ahead, Alexander.
All right. First of all, good thing you mentioned that. I saw the rallies in all the states. And yesterday somebody asked me, "Do you think it was great in America? It was a great weekend. People got up, and do you think it's going to make a difference?" And I said, "Well, the only way it's going to make a difference if in a few days or within a week there is another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Then it's
That's
going to make
right.
a difference. If there is one this weekend, and then for 1 month there is nothing, it's nothing. Yeah, it's something. It's going to move a little bit, but not when it's persistence.
That's
When there
right.
is persistence, when you have persistence, the walls break. And I believe there will be persistence because I remember the first rally, it was not even as close to the way this one was. So I hope it's going to help and great things to come in America. Meanwhile, I want to thank America. I want to thank the world for helping Ukraine, for standing with Ukraine, for no matter what happens today, no matter what happens today. But I believe in the first month when the Russia attacked Ukraine, and remember, I'm going to sidetrack a little bit. Russia, people say Putin, Putin. No, it's a machine. Even if tomorrow Putin is gone and nowhere to be found, it's a machine. They'll only use his body to say it was his fault. But it's a machine. It's a machine that's been running for decades and decades and decades. So we're not just fighting one man. We're fighting the system that's starting the wars all over the place, that's involved all over the place. So uh, when this war started, the America was the first one to help Ukraine. The missiles, the technology, the everything. I'm sure Europe would have reacted totally different if America was not involved. The way the borders opened up, the way from America, the Buffett, how much Buffett Foundation did for Ukraine, how much other foundations did for Ukraine. It's America. So I want to thank people for standing with Ukraine, for helping Ukraine, and you see today we already helping people that helped us 4 years ago. So one hand washes the other, and together both hands wash the face, which is freedom, democracy, and prosperity in this world. So I want to thank this platform. Thank you for helping us. Thank you for all your donations. Thank you for all the people that you helped and continue to help. And thank you for spreading this knowledge to the world. And the faster the world wake up, the faster we win. So God bless you all. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to our heroes. Slava Ukraini.
Geroim Slava, thank you so much for those incredible words, Alexander. And just for all of you out there, Sandra A, you could please contact our volunteer group at, oh, you're in Delray Beach. Maybe one day I'd love to see you also. Love to meet all of our volunteers and all of our subscribers. You could contact us at levpttp at proton.me. That's lev pttp at proton.me. That's the email. Just send out an email and join our volunteer group, and that's extremely important. I want to just also mention what Alex said, that just like he said, Putin, there's a system that we're dealing with, that Ukraine is dealing with when it comes to Russia. Same thing goes here, folks. There's a system that Donald Trump has infueled into our country. Even if you get rid of Donald Trump tomorrow, there's people already, his enablers, as I call them, in Congress and Senate. The only difference is Donald Trump has not been able to do it over decades, like Vladimir Putin and like the KGB and like the Soviet Union has been able to do for over decades. Donald Trump has just installed it, but he's going and doing it at light speeds, and that's why we are going to do it and not stop. Once more, else got to uh let me try to put it in the chat. Hold on a second. BTTP. Did it come up in the chat? Oh no, wait, hold on a second. Oh, I did something here. I did something wrong. Hold on a second.
You're
Oh, there.
kamikaze when it comes to electronics.
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, here, I'm putting in the chat. Oh, here. Okay, I'm folding, and I'm trying to do two things at one time, guys. I'm doing the YouTube chat right now. I need some volunteers on the YouTube to join our YouTube platform also when we go live, to help on the YouTube, because all our volunteers are on Substack. But we'll work it out. Let me see. Did that go through? Oh, there it
Yep.
goes. Yep. All
Yep.
right. There you go, Sandra. So, yeah, folks, you could go to levpttp at proton.me. Oh, that's at, not dot. I'm sorry, at proton.me, and volunteer, join the group. Uh, you know, and like I said, we're only getting started. We have so much that we're planning, and we have so much information. But I will definitely want you to stay tuned this Thursday. Set your reminders for 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have a very special voice from Ukraine. We're going to introduce our new member to the team, Ken Harborough. You guys already know him, but he'll be now a regular once a week voice from Ukraine with me and Alexander. Also, I'm going going to try to have Denver Riggleman, if we could try to get him on Thursday to be able to discuss some of this drone stuff that's happening. So we're going to have an incredible show for you, plus a lot of the breaking news up to date that nobody else is talking about. Folks, thank you all. For those of you who are joining late, we'll be putting this out shortly. For those of you that have been with us live, continue smashing those hearts, continue spreading the message. We love you for your support. It means a lot to us to be able to do it. It means a lot to the people of Ukraine. Keep doing it together. We will break through these algorithms and make sure that our voices are heard. So keep smashing the hearts, keep subscribing, liking, commenting, whatever you can. And we will see you soon. And have a wonderful, great day. And by the way, tomorrow, Love Remembers, 7 p.m. Eastern, Wednesdays and Fridays, as you know it. We'll see you soon. Take care. Have a good day, Alex. Love you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you too, bro.